Welcome to my channel. My name is Danielle Shante, and I am starting my YouTube channel for the very first time. So I thought it would be good to actually do a welcome video to kind of like get to know me, some fun little facts about me. I was actually looking last night at a recording that Mallory Irvin did back in 2015, and I got some of these questions, well, not some, but a good bit of these questions from her video, and I thought it was fun because I watch YouTube at limbs. Let's just put that out there. I am absolutely in love with YouTube. That is probably the place I go. YouTube is the place I go to consume about 99.9% of my content. So I thought, I've been thinking about starting a YouTube channel for a very long time and just kept putting it off, like, oh, I have to get this, I have to get that, and I was like, just bump it. Look, in no time it's going to be perfect, so let me just get out there and do it. And so I'm doing it, and I'm very, very, very proud of myself. So what I got from Mallory's channel was like a get to know me. It's a 20 question get to know me list. So I'm gonna go through the questions and just answer it, and hopefully at the end of the video you'll find yourself knowing me a little bit better. So yeah, question number 1, when is my birthday? My birthday is February the 28th. I think I have a really cool birthday because February is the shortest month in the year, and then I'm the last day of the shortest month. Fun fact is I was born on a leap year, and I was born at nighttime, I think, so I could have had a chance of being a leap year baby and having a birthday every 4 years, but I came on the 28th, so I am not a leap year baby. But I do know some people who are leap year babies. Actually, when I was growing up, going through school, there were a few people I knew that were actually born on the 29th, so I think that's pretty cool. What are my 3 favorite colors? Well, for the majority of my life, since I could remember having a favorite, the color has been purple, which is coincidentally interesting because my birthstone is amethyst, which is purple, which is a purple stone. So purple will be my absolutely #1 favorite color. I'm really loving grays. It's like the best neutral in my opinion, so I'll put gray in there. And then for a 3rd favorite color, blush. I am really liking blush. I like any blush tone. My wedding dress when I got married actually had like a blush overlay. So I would say purple, gray, and blush. Favorite quote? I don't know. It's so many. I mean, that's hard. That's a very hard question. And granted, I wrote these questions down last night, and it was like kind of thinking about them while I was writing them down, but ask me if I remember any of that, and the answer would be no. My favorite quote, I may not have a favorite one, but a quote that I'm currently liking a lot right now is actually on my wall, and I got it from oh gosh, it's an Instagram shop. She sells wooden signs on Instagram, and I cannot recall the name. I'm gonna have to look at my Instagram account to see if I can find it. But it says, "I still remember the days I prayed for the things I have now." And when I saw it on her shop, I was like, oh, that quote really resonated with me because, you know, as we go through life and we get, you know, whatever level of success that we deem successful, you still have to remember the things that you prayed for before you got what you have now. And I do. It keeps me grounded, and I'm so grateful and thankful for everything that I have now. And it's crazy that I can literally still remember the days I prayed for the things I have now. And it's not all material things. It's as far as being married, my husband, I remember the day I prayed for him and all of that. So that keeps me grounded, and I would say that's one of the quotes I'm really liking right now. Are you addicted to YouTube? Yes. I said earlier that 99.9% of my content is consumed. I consume 99.9% of my content from YouTube, and that is real life in effect. Let me tell you, we have about 4 smart TVs in our house, If I'm like in the living room or in our bedroom and I'm like, oh, what do I want to watch on TV? Never does anything come to mind. I was like, oh, well, let's just check out and see what's happening on YouTube. And I go and watch all of my favorite channels that I watch. Let me give you some. So my favorite like family vlog channels that I love and have been watching forever would be Gateway TV, the Daily Davidsons, the Williams Way. That's a new one I just started watching with Alicia and Cortez. They're really cute, and their daughter Valerie is super, super, super cute. What else? It's a ton. Oh, Brit Space. I watch Brit Space. I really like her vlogs. Oh, I watch Jamie and Nikki. Jamie and Nikki vlogs. I watch them. So I watch a lot of like family vlogs, and then I have like my beauty vlogs that I watch, and that would be like Jackiana. I watch, what else do I watch from beauty? Kyra. I've been watching Kyra. She is Alicia's sister. Kyra, what is Kyra's last name? Crap. Knox. Kyra Knox. And I watch her and Dion, her husband's, their vlogs. They're really cute as well. I have a lot. Let me tell you, I didn't make a list. I'm just trying to go right off the cuff, but I have a lot of YouTube channels that I watch because I love YouTube. So yes, I'm addicted. What's your favorite TV show? Well, if you go back to the YouTube question, you'll see I said I don't really watch TV. But if I had to choose, the one show I do make time for when it's like actually airing is Black Lightning. That just came out. It was a show that just premiered on the CW this year. And I really, really like that show. So I do try to watch. I think it comes on every Tuesday. So every Tuesday I do watch that show. Right now I think they're off until the fall. But that is one of the shows that I really do set aside time to watch. Now if I'm like in the kitchen cooking and I kind of like want noise in the background, not anything I'm trying to like watch, I'll put on HGTV because I like HGTV as well. What are some characteristics you find in a best friend or you would like in a best friend? Well, yesterday was National Best Friend Day, and I'm really, really blessed. I really have an awesome tribe, an awesome squad. We call ourselves the Quad Squad. So to be Tamira, Stephanie, Akila, and then myself, it's 4 of us. We have been friends since high school. They've actually known each other since like elementary and middle, and then I met them in high school. And we've just kept that bond even throughout life. We're all in our 30s now, and we're still really close. It's crazy. And we all went to different schools. Well, no, correction. Keela and I went to the same school. We went to Howard, HU. So, you know, throughout like our life and everything, we still maintain that level of friendship. And some qualities that they have that I absolutely love, and I think is the reason why we've been able to maintain our friendships, are that they're extremely loyal, very grounded individuals, smart as all get out, just smart, and I find that a really, really good quality, and kind. You know, like I feel like they are the type that if you know, they will go out their way to help you if you need help. And, you know, there are qualities, I see qualities in them that I really admire, and I want to make sure I also have those qualities. And they're also truthful. If I find myself ever needing like a gut check, a reality check, like, girl, no. They'll be honest with me, you know, and I appreciate that. And I think those are some really, really good characteristics to have in a best friend. Okay, 8. Do you like your name? So this is a funny one because you'll see my channel name is Danielle Shantae. So my family calls me Shantae. They call me by my middle name. And like all my friends and everyone call me Danielle. Even my husband, he calls me Danielle. His family calls me Danielle. So only like my family and, oh, I do have one close childhood friend, Marquita. She calls me Shantae too because that's how she met me. So this is what happened. And I don't blame myself. I'm not at fault for this. I blame my mom and them because no one told me. So I went to school, you know, you start school in kindergarten, and the teacher calls you by your first name. I didn't know I was supposed to correct said teacher, who I think was Miss Wizenit. Mrs. Wizenit? Was that my first grade teacher name? No, my kindergarten teacher name. I think it was Miss Wisn't. I could be wrong. So I did not correct her. When she said she called me Danielle, I was like, okay, you know, that's a name. That's my name, Danielle. And I went by that name in school. So all of my friends and everyone I met in school, you know, they call me Danielle. And even like when I'm out and about and I introduce myself as Danielle. So as I like matriculated or got older and went through life or whatever, for some reason my family thought that because I had people calling me Danielle, I didn't like Shantae. I absolutely love both my names. Danielle Shantae, doesn't it have a nice ring? I personally think it has a nice ring. Granted, I could be biased, but I think it has a nice ring. Danielle Shantae. So, like when I, you know, went through school and everything, I had everyone calling me Danielle, and then my family was like, well, why don't they call you Shantae? And I was like, I go by Danielle in school. I didn't know I was supposed to correct the teacher. I mean, that's so much pressure on a 5-year-old, you know? And I wasn't that kid. Like, I was like, go to school, do what I need to do. You know, I wasn't very opinionated. I just, you know, did what I needed to do. So I wasn't correcting the teacher at 5 and telling her to call me Shantae. So as a result, my friends call me Danielle. My family calls me Shantae. And I absolutely love both my names. Hence why my channel name is Danielle Shantae. I think it has a really nice ring. What is your dream job? I don't really, okay. Right now I work in finance. I went to school, got my undergrad in accounting, then got my MBA with a concentration in accounting. And so I'm in finance currently, and I like aspects of my job. Don't get me wrong. Is it my dream job? I will be honest and say no, it's not. What do I see my dream job being? I really like to organize and put things together. So I have been toying with like this event planning, coordinating on the side, and I really like it. I haven't explored it from like a big scheme. Like I've kind of been helping here and there with things. I planned and designed my own wedding, so it had like a rustic chic theme. And I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. So my dream job, though, I saw a quote, and I don't know why I didn't say this in the quote. Let me see if I can remember what it said. It was about success, and oh crap, I don't know if I'm going to be able to. Oh, I think I will be. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Sorry guys, hold please. I'm looking for this quote that I saw on somebody's Instagram page yesterday, and I was like, you know what? That is so true. Okay, so the quote says, success is liking yourself, liking what you do, and liking how you do it. And I was like, that is so awesome. So do I have like a dream job? No. I can't say I have like this dream job that I know if I ever got this job, my life would be complete and all would be well in my world. I don't know if that job exists or what that job would be for me. But that quote of liking what you do and liking how you do it, that being success would be that for me. I would like flexibility with whatever this said dream job would be. I would like to one day, if I had kids, be able to be there for like their big events and kind of like be like a work from home, stay at home mom, but not really still having that side gig, because I don't think I can stay at home full time with just a child. I mean, I'm a busybody, so I'm going to be real with myself, but just having the flexibility to have that as an option. I've worked enough and gone into an office every day and sat at a desk every day to know that I don't want to do that forever. I don't want to do that for the rest of my life. I don't think I really answered that question, but yeah. Do you wear makeup daily? That would be a no. I do not wear makeup daily. I actually don't wear makeup that much at all. I like to put it on the weekends if I'm going out with like friends, meeting up with friends. As far as like a work situation, like wearing makeup and doing that before I go to work, no ma'am, I'm not doing that. Nope, I'm not, because you see the way my time in the morning is set up, I don't have enough hours. Well, it wouldn't really take me hours, but I'm like the type that I like to get up and get out. So I don't want to dedicate time, set aside time to figure all that out, put on my makeup and then get dressed. No, it's not in my morning routine. So no, I do not wear makeup daily. Next question. If you were ever able to write a book, what would the title be and what would it be about? This is funny because I actually had this conversation with my mom maybe about 2 weeks ago or so. And I think I would write a book about a blending or a blended family. My husband and I got married, and he had previously been married. So I have 3 bonus kids that I got as a part of the marriage. And so we are currently blending families. Well, we have blended a family because we're married now. We'll be married for 2 years now. And it's a process. In all honesty, blending families is a process. And I would love to write a book about like some of the things I've saw and some of the things I have experienced and things we are experiencing. The title of that book, it was funny because I was telling my mom what the title would be. And the title would be, I think I said something to the effect of blending. What did I say? Blending. How to an outsider. That's what I did. Okay, I said the title would be Blending, and it would say An Outsider's View from the Inside. Because I didn't come into the marriage with any kids or anything, so it's kind of like I view myself not as like a true outsider in that sense, but an outsider in the sense that, you know, my husband and his ex-wife have 3 beautiful kids that they're trying to raise and co-parent together, and so that kind of leaves me on the outside. Do I feel like an outsider? No. I'm just saying that from the outside of what they have been blessed and able to create, I am an outsider in that regard. So I think that would be the title of my book. Like I said, blending a family is a process, you know, and it takes a lot of communication, a lot of people being on the same page and working together for the best interest of the kids. So yeah, I think it would be helpful to someone. Now, am I going to actually write a book? That probably will not happen. But if I was to ever write a book, I think I would write it about blending, having a blended family and how that all works. What makes you cry? Well, nowadays, a lot of things make me cry. I think I've been very emotional lately. I have some things going on as far as like the whole woman reproductive area situation. So I was like on birth control, and then I was like, I hate birth control, so I stopped taking them. So yeah, I've been very emotional lately. So like anything makes me cry nowadays. Anything makes me cry. But I am a Pisces, which I love my sign, Pisces. Woo woo. But so we're naturally emotional people. So you know, it doesn't take much for a tear to drop in that regard for me. So what makes you angry? Let's see. There are a lot of things that make me angry. The thing about me is like I'll get angry and I'll reach that peak anger moment, but I don't stay there. Like I do a lot of like inward talking and everything, and I don't stay mad long. I'm the type of person like I'll say what I need to say in that moment and keep it pushing. I'm not gonna harp on anything. Nope, not doing that. Things that make me angry is when I feel like people are being taken advantage of. And people aren't able to like really speak up for themselves and, really go to bat for themselves. That type of stuff really makes me angry, and I'm very passionate about that, and I get amped up very quickly. But then I come down. So I'm not like one of them people that like maintain like, anger or whatever. But that type of stuff does make me angry. What makes you happy? A lot of things make me happy, just like a lot of things make me angry. I really, really, really enjoy spending time with my friends and families. That is probably like one of my favorite things to do, like just hanging out with my family. I am here in Atlanta and my family is actually in Columbia, so I have to go home quite a bit to hang out with them. But whenever they're like having a family gathering, I'm not there. I'll get like one of my cousins to FaceTime me so I can act like I'm there. Fun fact is my mom is one of 11 kids. So yeah, I'm gonna let that sit right there. So I basically grew up with my cousins. I do have one older brother, but like I don't have any sisters, but my cousins were like literally my sisters. What are your favorite snacks? So let's see. I'm definitely a snacky person. Some snacks that I'm actually currently loving right now is, and I saw these at Target. If you have not noticed, Target is, if I have not said this yet, and I don't think I have, Target is the jam. I went there early this morning. But I found these Dove chocolate covered cashews, and it's dark chocolate, and then they, not as if not already having it being dark chocolate covered, they also dip it in cocoa. I'm telling you, deliciousness. Like, you have to try them. Doves, I'm liking those Dove chocolate covered cashews. I eat a lot of almonds, like if I'm just like sitting and just wanting some things to like you chew on, I do almonds. Let's see, what else? Rice Krispie treats. I really like Rice Krispie treats, chips. I think those are the main things. I said I'm snacky, and I feel like I do snack when for some reason. Oh, let me tell you, and I'm blaming my friend, one of my friends for this. These cookies that I'm really loving that they have here in our area in Atlanta, they have Tiff treats. And there are cookies that are just delicious. And I actually drive by one on the way home from work, and I literally maybe stop maybe once or twice a week and get like 4 cookies. And a lot of times, those same 4 cookies do not make it to the house. So between leaving work and getting home, I'm eating those cookies. So it's Tiff treats. If you're in Atlanta, their cookies are delicious. What's your favorite food? So my favorite food or type of food to consume, which has been my favorite food to consume since I was very little, is seafood. I love all seafood: shrimp, oysters, fish, clams, scallops, you name it, and it's a seafood. 9 times out of 10, I eat it. I just really love seafood. I think I get it from my dad, because when I was little, I remember him coming home and cooking like this like shrimp linguine. I don't know if he got it. You know what? He didn't cook it. I think he got it from like the restaurant he worked at. And it was just so, it smelled so good. It looked so good. And he would eat it. I just remember him eating that. And I think that's where kind of like my love for shrimp came from. So that is, seafood is definitely one of my favorite type of foods to eat. And if I had to choose a food within seafood, as I said before, I think it would be shrimp. What's your favorite drink? So my favorite drink nowadays, which I don't know how much longer it's going to be my favorite drink, because yeah, I got a hold to Google this drink, but it's the LaCroix. I really like, my favorite flavors are the peach pear, grapefruit. I actually went to Target today and got some grapefruit ones in the refrigerator. I really like LaCroix. And then a not so good also, and I don't think LaCroix are good either, but hold that thought. I also like Cokes. So yeah, I drink, and not Diet Coke, just regular Coke. And it's the thing that I've been on. And honestly, I went through, like, I used to not even drink sodas. And I don't even know where this like drinking Coke thing came from, but I like Cokes now. So yeah. But LaCroix, let me go back to the LaCroix thought. I Googled just to see if drinking it was okay, because my husband's like, well, you think you're doing something because you're drinking that LaCroix, but I don't think sparkling water is on the same level as like regular water. I was like, oh, sure it is. Not so much, because the sparkling water has like the, what is it called? The carbon, it's carbonated. So there's stuff they do to get it to be carbonated that's not good for like the enamel of your teeth and stuff. So yeah, so I may need to just go like full out water and just drink water, but yeah, we'll see. What are 3 fun things you like to do? Let's see, what are 3 fun things I like to do? 1, watch YouTube. I really like to read. I have been reading, one of my favorite authors is Christina C. Jones. So I read romance novels, and people might say, oh, that's not true reading, but reading is reading. I'm still reading words out of a book. So I really like to read. That's one of the fun things I like to do. And then I like to cook. Sundays are like, that's my day. Like, we get my stepkids every other weekend. So especially if we have them, I want to make sure like we're at least sitting around the table and having that family dinner on Sunday. So I really like to cook, and that's fun, especially like around like the holiday time. I like to bake as well. So yeah, so that would be three of my favorite things, three fun things I like to do: watch YouTube, read, and bake slash cook. I also like to decorate. My husband and I built a house that we moved into in August, and so I've been like full out decorator mode. The room that we're in now, and maybe eventually I'll get to the point where I do like a tour of the house. This is my office, and so you can kind of see some of the stuff in the background. So I really like to decorate and make a house a home. I really like to do that as well. And so this is like the end of like the questions, but then there's this 10 fun facts about yourself. So this is going to be hard and straight off the cuff because I literally, when Mallory was doing it, I was like, girl, that's kind of hard. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know about that. But let's see. I'll go through some fun facts about myself. So first fun fact is I called my brother, not by his name, brother, until I was in middle school. It annoyed the heck out of him. He told my mom, he was like, would you please tell her to stop calling me brother? And I still called him brother. So that's one fun fact. Another fun fact, I know this is fun, is I am the youngest, but I act like the oldest. My brother and I are 3 years apart, but I have, and everyone can in my family would say this, have been bossing him around since I've been born. Another fun fact is, Howard was my dream school to attend. I went to Washington, D.C. in the 8th grade for a trip and came back home and told my mom that I was going to school. I was going to Howard University. In the 8th grade, I was like, I'm going to Howard University. She's like, oh, okay, great. We're going to see how you get there. So that's a fun fact. Okay, so I think I was on 3, or maybe I was on 4. Crap. I'm really bad with this 10 fun facts thing. I don't think I'm going to get up to 10. I was saying I went to school on a full scholarship, the Gates Millennium Scholarship, and that was a really a blessing. Not only did I get the Gates Millennium Scholarship, I also got like scholarships from Howard, like a tuition scholarship and some other scholarships, which was really good. Another fun fact about me, and I think this is number 5. I could be really off, but I think this is number 5. Is that I don't like to fly, but I like to travel. So it's not like the highest thing on my list to jump on a plane, but I want to get there, you know. So I took my first longest flight last year. I flew to London for work, and it was really good to be able to do that. And it wasn't a bad experience at all, really. And I don't know what it is about flying. I think it's more conceptual, like to know that I'm like in the air. But honestly, I'm like the type that I can look out the window and look down below and be perfectly fine. So I really don't get what's like my fear with flying. Like, is it like a control thing or what it really is? But that's a fun fact about me. I don't like to fly, but I like to travel. Let's see. Number 6 fun fact about me is what's another fun fact? I don't know. And this is really getting me because now I'm feeling like I'm not a fun person. Because I don't have these fun facts. Am I boring? No, I'm not boring. Surely there's some more fun facts that I'm not thinking of. Oh, I think I may have said this when I got cut off, but I had a huge crush on Corey Maggette. He played for Duke, and then he went to the NBA and played for the Clippers. So that's a little fun fact. Oh, another fun fact is I love Duke and my husband loves North Carolina. So around the March time frame, you can imagine our house is very interesting. A fun fact, not about me, but about in general, and I'm going to use it. I think this is number 8. Is that my dad, who is now deceased, was also a North Carolina Tar Heels fan, and they called him Dean after Coach Dean Smith. So he was a huge fan. I think it's funny. My husband and my dad never actually met, but I thought it would have been pretty cool if my husband had met him and seen, you know, what a big Tar Heels fan he was as well. Let's see. Number 9 fun fact about me. I think I'm at 9. Let's see. I'm a busybody. I don't know if that's necessarily fun. I'm just not one of them people that just like a lot of idle time. Like, I guess this is a fun fact. Number 10. I'm going to use this. Number 10 fun fact. I really, really like listening to podcasts now. So as I said before, my husband and I built a home, and we moved into it last August, so August 2017. And let me tell you, my commute is now longer, and I'm that chick. I'm living in the suburbs now. I used to be like, oh, I'm never going to move out to the suburbs. I'm going to stay in the city. And I absolutely love the suburbs now. But my commute is longer, and so I have more time in the car. And I'm not really feeling the music of nowadays. You know, this music they have out on the radio, not my type of thing. So it was either listen to my own like Bluetooth music or start listening to podcasts. And I really, really enjoy consuming and listening to content off of podcasts. And I really think it's like, you know, you're killing one bird with two stones, because like depending on the podcast you listen to, you can be getting, you know, very useful information. Like this one podcast I've been listening to, it's called Side Hustle Pro, and it's just basically teaching you how to move your side hustle to like your main thing, make it like your main job. And although like I said before earlier, when I had answered a question about my dream job, I don't know what that would be, but I'm definitely trying to develop some side hustles, because one, I think it's just smart to have more than one revenue stream coming in. And because you never know what can happen. So I just think it's just smart and, you know, wise to have more than one revenue stream coming in. So, you know, you need multiple side hustles. And I really like that podcast. And I think a fun fact about me is I am obsessed with podcasts nowadays. I told you earlier about fangirling over my leak. She has a really good podcast. I listen to some, you know, it's kind of like ratchet, fun podcasts like The Read. That's fun. They're not all ratchet, but The Read is really fun. And then Getting Grown with Jade and Kia. That's a really good podcast. Child. If you listen to this podcast, you already know what I'm talking about. One of my absolutely favorite podcasts, and I'm listening to nowadays, is Sarah Jakes Roberts' Woman Evolve podcast. If you do not listen to that podcast, you need to get it in your life. You'll thank me later. Her podcast is so freaking awesome. And I am a Christian. I am rooted and grounded in my faith in the Lord, and I have been that way all my life. And I love that her podcast has that element, but like a real life view of it. Like, I don't know if you guys have been like in the church and you see these like churchy people who are like looking their nose down at people like, I don't know why they're doing that. You can't do this. You can't do that. Can't do that. Her podcast is like a real like woman evolve. Like, okay, yeah, I'm a Christian, but you know, God ain't done with me yet. It's just real. And it's true. Like, she has this Rescue Eve session segment where we go through and try to rescue people who are kind of like in the media and are out there or gotten in trouble, because you know the internet nowadays. The internet has no chill. Absolutely zero chill. So it's like with social media and everything, one thing a person can do can just be, you know, amplified and snowballed. But what her podcast, and I think what she tries to do with Rescue Eve, is to say, you know, as Christians, we are to extend that grace to people. That grace that, you know, not the ordinary person is going to extend, because to be a true Christian is to understand that everyone is going to fall. Everyone is going to sin. But as a Christian, you are to bring that person back and to give them that grace, that same grace that God extends to us every day. And I really, really, really like her podcast. I really, really like her podcast. And I don't know how I got off on that tangent, but I did my 10 things. So whoop, whoop, go me. That was actually one of the hardest questions, and I saved it for last for that very reason, because I was like, I don't really know 10 fun facts about myself. But again, that doesn't mean I'm not fun. So I'm not going to, you know, beat myself up over that. But that is the end of my questions. And so I hope you guys enjoyed and you feel like you know me a little bit better. And I have so many ideas about the type of videos I want to record for this channel. I haven't really tagged like what type of channel it's going to be, because I want to put so much out there. Like I said earlier, I'm going through this like whole issue with my reproductive area situation that a lot of people deal with, a lot of women deal with, fibroids, and I'm actually having surgery within the next week or so about that. And so I'm going to actually do a video, kind of like a series about, you know, my before and like my recovery, because honestly, when I was like going on YouTube and trying to find content about that, I didn't see a lot of like, I'm not going to call people content bad, because my content could be, you know, it ain't the best either, but robust. I didn't see a lot of like in-depth content about that. And so I'm going to try to record my series in such a way where if there's someone out there, you know, struggling with the same issue I'm currently struggling with, that it helps them. Like ultimately, I want this channel to help someone as I have been helped by so many other YouTube channels. And that leads me to say that I really like that YouTube provides this platform for you to be able to do that. And yeah, so that's it. So I'm going to end there before I start rambling and this gets too preachy. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my first video, and I hope you come back for more. And thank you. Thanks for watching. Bye.